It's breakfast time. Got a little coffee. Got a little water. Agua for our Spanish-speaking friends. We have some yogurt, or yaourt, as our French-speaking friends like to pronounce it. Yaourt. That's a terrible way to yaourt. I am using that little Duolingo app, and I'm on like a 160-day streak in the French module, because this is related. And, throughout my life, when I kind of talking with people, if they speak foreign languages or whatever, sometimes people would say, I can understand it, but not really speak it very well. I never really understood that. I understand it more clearly. Because like when Mrs. Sully and I were in France, there were, like things that I would see written down or in stores or whatever, I would kind of, in certain circumstances, be able to kind of understand what that was. But I wouldn't know how to say it. Anyway, enough about my French journey. We're here to talk about journey. No, we're not. Looks like the comments are working in this. So we're streaming to the Facebook page and to the YouTube page simultaneously. And that is really exciting. That's something that I've wanted to do for quite some time. Lots been going on. And as mentioned, the point of this video, oh, that's a change. You've got a point. I do. So real quick, let's say hi to people. Mr. Mindpiece, hello. Dustin, hi. Michael, hi. Keith, hi. Sean, hi. Tim, hi. Justin, good morning from Kirkland, Illinois. Good morning to Kirkland, Illinois. Fishy, how are you? Kyle, Uber Chad. He's not an Uber driver, but he is the Chad Supreme. That's it. That's your name, Chad Supreme. Fishy, Drew, hey, how are you? Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for tuning in. The original Paramutant is checking in, throwing up some horns. Hello. It's even auto-generating captions. Really? Well, this is what an exciting time to be alive. So what I'm going to do then is make sure that I enunciate as best as I can with yogurt in my mouth. So, like this. Jim is in Savannah-stan. Mike, how are you? Good morning to you. Yeah, it's hot. Everybody knows it. Not a fan of it, but not a lot we can do about it. So, the summer 2023 run. That's right. The summer 2023 run. Why don't you just call it Run 6? Because we're calling it the summer 2023 run. For those of you who are also in the Facebook group, the Conspiracy Series discussion group, Paul, happy July to you. Justin just played in Sherman, Texas, outdoors. I don't understand. Daddy needs the password. Oh, to get into that page on the Sully Guitars website? Yes, everybody needs the password. You won't get it yet. More on that in a minute. One thing in living down here, I don't understand why they have live shows outside. I don't get it. I mean, I know that that's like a summer thing, but man, it is just hot. Anyway, so if you're in the Facebook conspiracy series discussion group, you know that I've been kind of kicking around what this run is going to look like all year. And it's been a lot of reasons why we weren't ready to go forward until about now. One of the things, less risk of setting buildings on fire when setting off fireworks. No, that is true. So there's been a lot of delays. Some of it is just like, there's only so much I can focus on. And quite frankly, there's not a lot I can focus on. It seems like, because I'm constantly focusing on everything. But it's taken a while to get to this point. And I am very happy to share that the pre-orders are going to open up on Thursday. However, there's a whole lot I'm going to share with you now, after I just have some more of my yogurt. Hank, your internet sucks this morning. You're going to have to give it some encouragement. Make it live its best life. Be the best internet that it can be. So yeah, as I was saying, a lot of thought has gone into this. We've got some new models that are going to be in the conspiracy series. There's new features, specifically, well, some of it's hardware related, some of it's pickup related, although I'll keep moving. Some of it's just kind of, I don't want to say options related, because we're not going to have options beyond color. It's not going to be a situation where it's like a limited custom kind of thing yet. Tristan, it's been a minute. It has, and thank you for joining this. For those of you that are joining in the YouTube via the YouTube channel, yeah, I stopped posting guitar building related content on the YouTube channel almost 10 years ago. It's kind of crazy when I think about that. It was when I started doing those videos. It was almost 15 years ago. And at that time, there weren't a lot of people doing that sort of thing. And, but although I stopped doing those videos, a lot of that was because I needed to shift my focus on Sully guitars and actually everything that encompasses. So thank you for being here. I appreciate it. So some of these things that are, oh yeah, so we're not really going to be having like, kind of like a customizable offering at this point, he said foreshadowingly. But some of the things that I held back, one of the things that I was really cognizant of or very concerned about was kind of competing with myself. And, I know that some companies in the past, where their import versions had the same exact features as the US ones, caused a problem for them. And I wanted to avoid that. But then I've kind of changed, I've softened on that a little bit. And I've thought to myself that if we're going to have the conspiracy series, I want to make them, and I always have wanted to make them the best versions that they could be. But I think that, I think it's okay to maybe add some things that we do on the customs into the conspiracy series, especially, it's kind of maybe like a win-win kind of situation. So we're going to do that. And then this golden ticket thing, which I'll get to in a little while. So let's first talk about the new models. I really wish that there was a way that I could just go onto the page and kind of share my screen so you could see this. And I know that there's a way to do it and all that stuff, but like, so we got baby steps, kids. So before I get into it, what did you guys have for breakfast today? Have you had breakfast yet? You should. It's good for you. I mean, depending on what your breakfast is. Every morning, I wake up and I drink the chilled tears of those that would subdue me. And then I have some yogurt. Dave, come on, man. Wow. Raisin Bran. Dustin says Raisin Bran and my morning protein green drinks. Prozac and coffee. That could be a good name for like a solo album, for like a singer-songwriter kind of thing. Chris likes both his 624T and his custom that he recently got, and that's great. Chick-fil-A and coffee, says Mike. All right, cool. So, cheeseburgers, says Drew. All right. So let's start with the models. And I have talked about this, so this shouldn't be like a huge surprise, but the 71 Trello will be in this run. And I think that, I don't know if it's been a long time coming, but that was one of the things that I kind of just softened on, and maybe had, a bit of a change of heart. And oh, Tristan, oh, nice. Oh, it's okay. So Tristan wins here. We're gonna show this one here. 614 here in Finland, about ready to drink the tears of the lamenting women whose men I have defeated in the morning. That's, you know what? You have to have a plan for the day. So I commend you for that. That's great. So yeah, the 71 Trello thing was something that I've softened on, and I had a change of heart. And so we're going to make it happen. Now, there are two options. And the colors that are going to be available, and you're going to see all of these things throughout the weekend. We'll be kind of putting out the mock-ups and general information about what these models will have. So make a mind picture, if you will, but also know, we're going to help you out. And that's really what it's all about. So the 71 Trello will come in two colors. One is Sunset Burst, and the other one is a finish I'm calling Wine Mom. And it's like a wine red. And I like fun names for things, so we're calling it Wine Mom. Now, we're looking at just like the custom 71 Trellos. They're 25.5 scale. They're set neck guitars. These are going to have mahogany necks, ebony fretboards, mahogany body, mahogany flame maple body. And they're both going to be trans finishes, as I kind of mentioned. One is Sunset Burst. The other one is Wine Mom, a new fun color. They both will have matching headstocks. And if you remember, there was a relict Trello that we did maybe last summer that has a Floyd on it. And that color palette is basically Sunset Burst. So so we're gonna do Well, I've already told you all of that. So everything's going to have full binding, drunken soccer blouse. So bound headstocks, bound fretboards, bound body, hollow block inlays. Just they'll look very similar. The same schemes as the customs. This was, like I said, something that I kind of held back, and I had a change of heart. So we're going to move these out. As far as the bridge goes, Tone Pros wraparound with locking studs, just like what I use on the customs. We're going chrome hardware on them. They're going to have our Salty Bastard pickups in them, the Sully spec versions. So these are they're not going to have the US made pickups, but those of you who have been in on a conspiracy series run before know that you have the option to upgrade to the our US pickups. And so, that will stay. Same control layout, volume tone. There's a push-pull in the tone pot to split the coils. Yeah, pretty dope, I think. That's my feelings on it. We are, okay, so Ted's got a Floyd option, not in this run. We are keeping it very focused. That's one of the things that I wanted to do, because as kind of thinking about what this run would look like over the past 6, 7, 8 months, it's been real easy to come up with 400 different versions of things. And I think in the end, what's really important is to let's get this concentrated, and put our best foot forward. And this is what we're doing on this one. I completely expect that there will be a Floyd option in the future, but for now we're keeping it with the Tone Pros wraparound, which is fantastic. Moving on. This is one of the models that is very near and dear to me. 71 Trella is obviously very near and dear to me. Well, maybe it's not obvious, but it is. It is 71 Trella is what I consider our flagship model. And with this next offering, I've kind of fleshed it out into 2 different versions. Yes, the 2023 summer / non-ADD run. Yes. And Tristan, thank you for, yes. Man, Tristan, you are like my co-pilot right now, and I couldn't be more excited about this. Simple is always better. Focused and for purpose. That's right. That's what you think of when you think of me, as focused. Let's talk about the Concord. We're going to have 2 Concord options for you. When I made the first Concord for NAMM 2020, it was a 22 fret guitar. Generally speaking, when I design a model, I design it around 22 frets. It's kind of like, that's just kind of what I'm used to. But then, so the first few Concords were 22. Michael Sweet's Concord was the 3rd one that I built. That's 24 frets. Yes, Tristan, exactly. Focused. What was I talking about again? Michael's was the first one to have 24 frets. There is a couple of others that have been made since then. And oh my God, there's this one that's in the paint process right now. You guys, it is it's going to be the prettiest, most fucking dangerous looking Concord, I think. It's going to be elegant, but will absolutely slice you in a manner that is so precise, you won't notice it. And when you do, you will thank it. I'm excited about that one. So, when I started making the 24 fretters, I'm like, gosh, I almost kind of like this better. But then I've got some other people that are like, you know what? I want 22. I want 22. 22 is fine. Nobody's making money on those last 2 frets. I want 22. And I don't, it was kind of like when I came up with the 625. It was going to replace the 624. I mean, it's one more. But because the 625 has a completely different vibe than a 624, I figured they can coexist. Much in the same way that I didn't want to completely make the Concord a 24 fret model, because let's face it, if I was going to make one for myself, and I have, it's going to have 22 frets. It just is. And so this, some of you might know this already. I don't know. But so we've broken the Concord into a Concord 22 and a Concord 24. Now the 22 fret offering, this is something that I'm really excited about. And I know that people say this stuff like, hey guys, I just got this makeup kit from Hamza, and I'm so excited to tell you about this concealer. Look, I could use some concealer that I'm excited to tell you about. But anyway, this is not what I'm doing. So when I think of the 22 fret Concord, when we're thinking of what this run was going to look like, there's a Concord that I'm making in the process right now. And it is a total love letter to, And what I thought would be cool for this Concord that is in paint right now. This is a different one. This isn't the one that's going to like kill you politely. This is another one that super near and dear. I'm probably going to keep it. But I thought that it would be really cool to let's make some brass plates, like a brass angular pick guard and a brass plate for like the string through holes, for like, a tune-o-matic string through setup. Now this evokes a certain guitar, obviously, but I wanted to take that idea and make it work for the Concord shape, which is different. So I got to work, got drawing, and then made some acrylic plates on the laser. And I really liked it. And then I said, okay, cool. So let's get some brass plates made. And I got 3 sets. And just because I figured, make 3 in case you ruin 2 sets. There's a good chance, because let's remember, kids, to sully is to ruin. So these plates that I have are being polished and clear coated right now, and I should have them in a couple days, which is super dope. But I remember I told a buddy, I think Dave, I told you, when I was making this guitar, that we're gonna do these plates. And oh, hello from Portland. Hello to Portland. We do with these plates, and it's just going to be super dope. And but then I started thinking, I'm like, why don't we do one of these in the conspiracy series? It would be super dope. So that's what we're doing. So the Concord 22 frets. It's available in the white mare finish. It will have the brass plates for the brass, pick guard and string through plate. It will have the Concord inlays, which you may not have seen a whole ton of. The because it was something that I came up with when I was kind of making this one guitar. I'll show you where it came from. We can. I don't want to get too diverged. Trying to stay focused. This has already gone for 25 minutes, and I've only talked about 2 of the models. Oh boy. Okay. How hard was it to find a good manufacturer for your conspiracy series? That's your import line, right? Or am I making that up? You know what? That is a great question. So let's put it on the board. Mr. Thrash Metal Man, if that is your real name, and I think it is. It wasn't too, I already had the manufacturer in mind when I started doing these a few years ago. Really, the thing that kind of I was on the fence about was just doing it all together. But that's a whole other thing. But yeah. So the Concord 22 is set neck, just like I make them. 25.5 scale, just like I make them. This one's going to have a maple neck. Headstock is the reverse Raven with binding. We're doing hip shot locking tuners like we do on all the Conspiracy Series guitars. Graph Tech Tusk nut, dual action truss rod because doy. And fretboard is ebony, binding, Concord inlays, and lumen lay, side dots. The body will be mahogany. We'll do Tone Pros locking tunematic bridge, which, and then the strings go through the body. It's going to have gold hardware because it needs to. We're doing Zebra pickups, Salty Bastard, and the Al Pastor. Volume control only, but it's push-pull, so you want to split the coils because really, let's be honest, when you've got a super pointy guitar, you want tonal versatility. You want to be able to split those coils, and so you'll be able to. Like all other Concords, the output jack is on the back of the long side wing, so it's nice and out of the way. Yes, the Tristan, you are correct. That was WMI, World Musical Instruments Corporation, has been the factory that has made them up to this point. So that's the Concord 22. It's super dope, and this is one of those things where I was making this guitar for myself, and I knew that it would find an audience, and so let's just put it out. This one won't have a matched headstock, but there was a certain look I was going for, and we're going to black it out. So that's the Concord 22. Now the Concord 24 has a slightly different audience in mind. One of the things that people have shared from time to time is, I like that, but can I get it in not a reverse headstock? Sure. So the Concord 24, as you might imagine, has 24, no, that's 6, has 24 frets. It's a little bit of a different look than the Concord 22, which I'm happy about. It's going to kind of, they'll each have its own vibe. Same construction, same scale length. The Concord 24 will have a non-reverse headstock, roasted maple neck, and we're gonna just put satin clear on the back so you'll see the roasted maple. Raven headstock, not reversed, as I mentioned. Locking tuners. This one's gonna have a Floyd on it, but we're doing a Floyd 1500 series instead of the Floyd 1000 series. The difference between the two is the Floyd 1500 has the stainless steel screws, and it's got the pop-in trem arm, which I am a fan of. And I often swap that out on Floyds just when I remembered to, just because I just kind of like it better. So we're going Floyd 1500. It's black hardware. Pickups. We're putting Fishman Fluence modern pickups in the Concord 24. And the finish that we're going with on this is our black sugar finish, which is black sparkle. It's super dope. And we thought that would be a good thing. And the inlay scheme is different on this one. So instead of having the Concord Trail inlays, which I know you may like, I'm going to say 90% of you don't know what it looks like, the Concord inlays. But if you hang on just a little bit, you'll find out. The Concord inlays are actually on the Supernova that I built for Michael Sweet a few months ago. Why did you put Concord inlays on a Supernova? Because it looks cool. So, black sugar is amazing, says Michael Bastock. And not only is the color amazing, its namesake, Andy Black Sugar, is amazing. And currently playing with Blondie in a festival. I think they're in Ireland, maybe? I don't know. So that's good. So the Concord 24, a little bit different. Will have a matched head. So black sugar sparkle, ebony fretboard, slashes only at the 12th, nice and clean. Lumen lay side dots, but everything has lumen lay side dots. And Fluence pickups. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Push pull to change the pickup voice like those things do. So that's the Concord. Holy cats, this is going to be long. I'm going to try and I'll try and. And next, for those of you who just might like Striper, is we're going to do the MS Supernova. So this model is based on Michael's newest custom. And Supernova is like an X shape. And much like the Revolution that we did, it'll have the FU tone, trem, just like the Revolution did. It's going to be a little bit different because it's like Michael's guitar. This will have a sustainer in it. And the sustainer is made by a company called Hard Driver. If you're unfamiliar with them, you are familiar with the Jackson Phil Collins signature model, and they make the sustainer that goes in that guitar. So the one that is in Michael's guitar is a much more simplified version of the sustainer unit, which is great because I have a little experience with the one that goes in the PC1, and I could say I'm too pretty to get into all of that, electronics and whatnot, but I am too pretty to get into all of that. So I need something simplified. And this is exactly that. And it's coordinating with Hard Driver to make sure that we can, launch all this. That's also been part of the delay too, is because they don't really have a customer-facing product. Actually, they don't have a customer-facing product. So the Hard Driver, I was introduced to them through Michael because one of his customs, made in the dark ages, the dark time before he became a Sully artist. We don't want to talk about that. It's difficult. Not for me. It's just a sad time, I'm sure. So Michael had one of theirs in one of his guitars, and so he connected us, and I'm like, okay, well, I know Michael has wanted a sustainer, so let me talk to these guys and see what we can do. And so we did. And then I thought, well, if we're going to do a conspiracy series version of this, which I thought we should, I wanted to have that sustainer in there. So it's going to. So it looks pretty much just like Michael's. It's got the, the stripe graphic. It's got the Concord inlays, 24 frets. It'll have white binding around the headstock and fretboard. The FU tone bridge. The pickup is going to be a Salty Bastard bridge. And the neck, it's like a single coil footprint. But it's just a sustainer driver. It's not like a neck pickup or anything. So basically it's a one humbucker guitar. So super dope. Looking forward to it. And you will see a lot more of Michael playing his. I got it to him just as they were going out on tour. Gosh, I think maybe in May, maybe April. Maybe April. I don't remember. There's been a lot. And his, at the time, it had a Duncan pickup that he requested, and tonally it didn't fit in with the other two because the other two guitars have actives, and so it was mostly used as like the encore guitar. But you'll see it being used a lot more often. So if you're unfamiliar with it, that will quickly be changed. So moving on. Now let's talk about the model that haven't really seen in the Conspiracy series. You might go, really? Okay, Mike, thank you. 624. So much like the Concord, we're splitting the 624 into two different vibes, if you will. So those of you who understand and have always known that it's the white can of Aquanet that you need, that was the white can was really the best one. We're calling it a 624 shred. That's going to have a reverse headstock. It's going to be Nelson green, which is really tough to green, like slimy greens. I've noticed from pretty much all guitar manufacturers that use mock-ups, real tough to capture and like tough to capture. So it's think of a nice slimy green, and you'll be there. So it's 24 fret, roasted maple neck, roasted maple fretboard, zebra, dual hum, Floyd 1500. Salty Bastard pickup, Al Pastor neck pickup, and we're changing the control layout from volume tone toggle to just volume and a toggle switch. And I don't want you to lose out on the tonal capabilities, so the volume knob will be so you can split the coils. And available in Nelson green. Now, for somebody who might like something a little more streamlined, we're going with what we call the 624 Modern. The difference here is we're using a hardtail bridge. It'll have a hip shot hardtail bridge, locking tuners, but like all of the guitars have always had locking tuners, and they will continue. I think Dave really brings home the sentiment here. Yes, Dave. Yes. So the 624 Modern is what we're calling it. Non-reverse headstock. And the 624s are bolt-on, and that will stay. 3-piece roasted maple neck, natural satin finish on the back. Graphtec tusk nut like we always do on the non-lockers. 12/16 compound radius like we always do. This will have... The 624s will have spoke wheel truss rod adjustments. That's what this means. Inlays. So ebony fretboard. Inlays are just slashes at the 12th. Keep it nice and clean. And we're going with the Fishman Fluence Modern set in this as well. And we're going to have like the finish is like a pearl white mare. Yes. So now we've got two 624 options for you. And then lastly, but not leastly, Jason Priestley, who knows? Raven. Haven't done one since, run 3. It's been a long time. Did you miss your Stardust announcement? Well, we're not going to have a Stardust option in this one. I'm sorry. But we are going to have a Raven option, and it's pretty cool. This is one that, just kind of kicking around what the specs were going to be, and it just so happens that I kind of have one like this in process right now at the shop, but it's like a relic, and it's it's a little different. But I kind of thought, let's do this. So we got a Raven. It's going to be like a white pearl white mare. Let's do ebony fretboard. Okay, we do that all the time. Let's do hollow block inlays. Oh, that's right. We haven't done that on a Raven. Or any, up to this point, we haven't done hollow block inlays on any of the guitars in the Conspiracy series, with the exception of the Michael Sweet Revolution. So pearl white mare finish, match the headstock, black binding around the headstock and fretboard, hollow block inlays, dual hums, Salty Bastard in the bridge, and Al Pastor on the neck, volume tone. We are going to do we'll do a tone knob on this one, 3-way toggle. Yeah, I think it's going to be dope. That, kids, are the guitars that will constitute the Summer 2023 Conspiracy Series run. Now, there is something that we talked about. I hinted at, a golden ticket. What's that? What's that? What's that? Ted, on the Raven, hardware is black. Hollow traps just flew into my head. Yeah, I've seen that done with other manufacturers. When I see trapezoids, I think of a certain manufacturer that I don't want to have connections with. So the golden ticket. This is something that I've wanted to do pretty much the entire time the Conspiracy series has been a thing. And we're at a point now where, we can do it a little bit easier because it's not just me anymore. Although, oh my God, overhead, you guys. So it's a little easier to do this. In a nutshell, someone's going to open the case and there's going to be the custom version of what they ordered. That's it. Naturally, it's going to, well, maybe not naturally, but it's going to have to be someone that pre-orders, not somebody that buys one of the extras. And I'm really, I don't know why I know why I'm excited to do it, because I think it's really, really, really nice. And I try to be really nice. And, many people have said over these, oh, you should do a giveaway. Like, for what? Why should I do a giveaway? Giveaways are not respected at all. And just the same thing is like if someone's like, hey, do you just have like a beat up, guitar that's like, I don't know, maybe screwed up that you'd sell me? I'm like, well, no. Number one, no, I don't. But like number two, like if I sold one of our guitars that like listed it like as a project, the person that would get it, there's a change in the level of respect for the instrument. And it's like, oh, well, I'll buy this husk and then I'm going to customize it and blah, blah, blah. Like I did with the Les Paul a million years ago. What that wound up leading to was the 71 model. So I'm grateful to that guitar for that. But anyway, so I think the best way to do this would be, someone who's already pre-ordered a guitar, and it's just kind of a way to show a little extra, I don't know, make it a little extra special. I think it's fun. We are going to do that. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you what guitar it's going to be, but it's got your name on it. That pulls your rep down. See? Devaluating. Yes, that's true. Because, well, that's a whole other topic, and I don't really want to further dilute this, but so yeah, that's what the golden ticket is going to be. Somebody's going to get the custom version of what they ordered, and it's not going to be changed, and I'm not going to be like, and if so like, don't hit me up and say, hey, like, if I just so happen to get the golden ticket, can I get like a different color hardware? No, I'm building what you ordered, but I'm building it. So that there is that. I think there's a lot about this run that I'm excited about. I'm really excited about doing that. And that's the story on that. So couple more things, and then I will let you get on with your Saturday, because we're coming up on an hour here. We will, at least. So we will get mock-ups out on social media throughout the weekend. That's important. Those of you that are on the mailing list. Now, I would like to think that everybody that's watching this is on the mailing list. If you're not, get on it. I don't blow up your email. I don't spam you out. You, on the other hand, get the benefit of getting first dibs on things. That's worked well with the 622s. And it's worked well with a lot of things. So get on the mailing list, because that is going out Monday. And you will then get access to a password protected page, and you can pre-order there. Then, so you've got a few days. Then it goes out to the public on Thursday. And yeah, I think that's it. Oh, we still absolutely will do the interest-free installment plans that goes through the website. It works out super easy. It's basically, it's like any kind of subscription thing. It's, the amount is what the amount is, and it's just a recurring charge for a specified amount of payments. And then once those payments are done, before the guitars are ready to, before those payments are done, you'll still have a final balance. And then when that is, and that'll be due when the guitars are, ready to go. We ship internationally. What else? Yeah. So that's it. Again, this is something that I'm super excited about, and something that we've worked really, really hard on. And there was a lot of like I said earlier, it's real easy to come up with like 400 different guitars that you want to have in the run, just because it would be cool, because yeah, it would be. But let's do this. And we are, there will be more runs on a more regular basis. So this is the information for the summer 2023 run. I thank you for watching. I thank you for caring. And I hope you have a great day. I have to run some errands. I'm going to go into the shop and, well, I got some work to do. It's going to be hot in there. My hair looks really good. I don't want to... What are you going to do? So with that, thank you again for watching. If you have any questions, please just, ask. Actually, ask them once this posts, because and I will 100% answer them, unless it's like, hey, you said this spec was this, and I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna answer until it goes public. So get on the mailing list. You might say, how do I get on the mailing list? Just go to sullyguitars.com, and like at the banner, there will be a little at the top of the page, any page on there, there'll be a little banner that says, join the Sully Guitars mailing list and be somebody. Be somebody. Just like Blackie Lawless saying, I want a pizza party soon. So join the mailing list, because then you get first cracks on Monday. I'm repeating myself, so that means I'm going to stop. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope everyone's nice to you, and I hope that you're nice to everyone, because it's nice to be nice. So be nice.